State has handed over a death sentence to Frederick Leliman, who is believed to be the mastermind behind the deaths. Also, for the others, that is his co-accused Stephen Chaburet Morogo and Sylvia Wanjohi, they've also been given over 20 years. Let's just listen into that ruling earlier on today.
To say the least, this was a most foul murder, an execution that was most heinous. I find that the most suitable sentence for each of the accused persons is as follows. The first accused is sentenced to death in each of the 3 counts. The death sentence in counts 2 and 3 are held in abeyance. Now, the second accused is sentenced to 30 years imprisonment in each of the 3 counts, with the prison terms running concurrently. The third accused is sentenced to 24 years imprisonment in each of the 3 counts, with the prison terms running concurrently. The fifth accused is sentenced to 20 years imprisonment in each of the 3 counts, with the prison terms running concurrently. In computing the sentences in paragraphs 2, 3, and 4, that is in respect of the second, the third, and the fifth accused, the prison authorities to take into account the period of each of the accused have spent in custody during the pendency of this case.
It sends a very strong message against police brutality, against impunity. This case is one that is of significance in the criminal justice system because it involves senior police officers who undertook a crime using public resources that were meant to protect the members of the public. It is also significant because the offense was committed in the course of an attempt to pervert the course of justice. And so we applaud the decision that has been given today. We believe that the court took into account all the factors that it ought to take into in the course of sentencing as guided by the decision of the Supreme Court in Muruatetu. We are in agreement that the first accused, being the mastermind, deserves the death penalty. Although we also take the view that perhaps the second and third accused should have gotten much more severe sentences, given that they have already been in prison for the last about 6 years.
There are many other cases. Next week, we will see the case of Police Constable Ahmed Rashid. We have also the case of former OCS Yunus. There are a number of cases in addition to those that are coming before our courts. And I think what we have to say is that the tolerance for what we used to call rogue officers, that tolerance is now over. But the intolerance that we need to have is with a system. It is not enough to talk about a few bad apples. We have to talk about the tree, the soil, the water, the air that gave rise to the apples that have taken the lives while as police officers. So we have to look at systemic change as well. So this message is also to the Interior Ministry. It is also to the Office of the President. We can start by acknowledging and congratulating His Excellency the President for disbanding the